Hello and welcome to another edition of Spotlight on Jackson County. We've got two exciting guests in the studio today. We got Mr. Kevin Miller. He's a Senior Vice President at the First Bank in Pascagoula. And we've got Tayonka Thomas. She's the Marketing, Communications, and Technology Director of the Boys and Girls Club. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Now you've got something coming up real soon, March the 15th to be exact, and that is a golf tournament.
It's actually March the 13th.
March the 13th. Excuse me. I don't have my glasses today, folks, but I'll wear them next time. March the 13th. Thanks, Kevin. Tell us about the golf tournament that's coming up.
Well, this is our 14th annual fundraising golf tournament. It's one of the major fundraisers for the Boys and Girls Club through the year. We usually have 20 to 30 teams involved in this. We provide food, drink. It's a good time for everyone, and we're able to raise money and help the Boys and Girls Club.
Well, if somebody was interested in becoming a part of this, can an individual come out and sign up, or do you have to have teams? Is it business sponsorships? How would somebody get involved in that?
We have a variety of ways that people can help out and join in. If there's an individual out there, we'd like them to try and pair up and get a four-man team. It's a four-man scramble is the format. If you can't find a team, call us anyway, because I usually have several other people that want to play but are in the same situation, and we'll pair you up with somebody. A lot of the teams are corporate sponsored. Businesses sponsor the teams. If a corporation would like to be a major sponsor, we have several levels of sponsorship. A major sponsor is $500. That gets you a large sign that day, plus you're included in all our marketing as far as giving you recognition for being a sponsor of the Boys and Girls Club. The cost for a team is $400, $100 per player. Or you could do just a T marker sign, which is $100. So we have different levels for different levels of participation. We encourage each of our board members to go out and solicit signs be sold for the tournament, and we've tried to grow it every year. So I mean, it's this year. We understand the economy is a little tough, and it's harder for some folks. Everybody's having to cut back and everything else. But this is a very good cause, and we're really encouraging people to get out, come out. It's well worth the money to come out and play. It's at Gulf Hills. 8 o'clock start. I hope to see a lot of folks out there.
It's Gulf Hills Golf Club in Ocean Springs, 8 o'clock. Anything going on before the event?
Not before, but usually that we have sign-in that will start around 7:15. The golfers will get there, check in. We confirm handicaps, that type of thing. Get everybody in a golf cart and get ready to start. Shortly after they tee off, we'll have Mr. Paul Bosarge out there cooking hamburgers, sausage, his normal food for our golf tournament. Everybody loves Paul's food, and of course, like I said, we'll have drinks there for the golfers: water, soft drinks, Gatorade. We usually have some dessert after they eat their meal. So there'll be a variety of food there. We also have door prizes that will be given out after the tournament is over.
So this is a good chance for somebody to come out, help to worthy cause, network with a bunch of friends that they probably know and have a good time, get something good to eat, something good to drink, and just be there and have a good time on a Saturday.
Absolutely.
And it benefits the Boys and Girls Club, Tayonka.
Yes, sir, it does.
And how important is the revenue generated by this golf tournament to the Boys and Girls Club?
Well, the golf tournament is one of our major sponsors. We have 2 a year, so it brings in a pretty good revenue. I would say 20 to 25% of our annual income.
And what does this allow you to do?
Give quality programs to our members. We have about 1,200 members annually, and we provide them with quality programs for our after-school and summer programs.
Well, that brings you to the next question.
Okay.
What kind of programs does the Boys and Girls Club offer?
We have an after-school program, which is the kids come after school from about 2 to 6:30. Some of our units are open to 7, and they're involved in youth enrichment programs, character and leadership, arts and crafts, recreation, things like that, which enhance their growth.
And gives them some direction.
Absolutely.
Gives them a place to go.
A safe place to go.
A safe place to go. Gets them off the street.
Right.
Give them a little bit more of an education in some areas they may not be getting the opportunity in
Right. We like to expose them to different things, especially arts and also photography. We also have our annual Image Maker Photography Contest coming up in April. We also do a summer program, which is an all-day camp. So they arrive about 8 o'clock in the morning and they stay all day. They're involved in swimming, swimming lessons, skating, bowling. So they're involved in outdoor activities as well as indoor activities.
You got a lot of, you said 1,200 are participating?
It's about 1,200 yearly.
Yearly. And they come from all over Jackson County? Or?
All over Jackson County. We have 4 units. We have one in Moist Point that just recently opened last year. We have one in Pascagoula, Goshen, and Ocean Springs.
And every one of these different units, as you call them, are giving the same opportunities to the students?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Do you need volunteers to come in and help with that?
We do need volunteers. We have volunteers in all areas for us, technology, arts and crafts, academics. So we need volunteers in all areas.
So if somebody's interested in volunteering, they just give you a call and...
They can just call at admin office, and that number is 228-762-3497. We do have a small application for them to fill out, but they're welcome to come in and fill out the application so we can get the volunteer process going right away.
Do they have to have any special skills?
No, sir. No, sir. Just the ability to take their time with children. Everyone's talented in something, so whatever you have to offer, we're willing to accept.
So it's their chance also to give back to the community
Absolutely.
by helping these
Absolutely.
young people in the Boys and Girls Club.
Yes, sir.
Which is what Kevin, and I imagine you're not the only one that's helping with this.
Oh, no.
But
We've got a lot of
there's
folks
probably a
involved.
host of folks that are working on this golf tournament.
Joe Martin, Todd Trenchard, Jackie Grimes, all are heavily involved with it, as well as the other board members in soliciting teams and sponsors and trying to make this a success.
Well, that's great. But this is something that we need for our kids. I mean, we didn't have that when I was growing up. I'm not going to try to tell my age right now, but I can see where this would be a real helpful tool in our community, and it would probably, and may have prevented somebody from going astray, the Boys and Girls Club, just going to these activities and having a place to go in the afternoons and learning something different.
Right. We have many successful stories. I myself is a product of the Boys and Girls Club.
Really?
Yes, I used to attend the Andrew Johnson unit during my junior high school years. So we do have a lot of successful stories where it has actually kept young men off the street, and they have went on to go to college and even overseas and study in various universities.
Well, you opened yourself up with this one. How has it helped you? Of course, you're back at the Boys and Girls Club. So
I'm back here.
You're a product of the Boys and Girls Club. You are giving back through serving.
Right.
So it did make a difference in
It
your
did
life.
make a difference for me. When I was growing up, my mom, she was really strict and didn't allow me to go different places. So she felt comfort in allowing me to go to the Boys and Girls Club. It was either Dixie League softball or the Boys and Girls Club. So it allowed me to go there, and I learned a lot of leadership and social skills there. So I appreciate it.
Well, it's not too bad being strict on your children and knowing where they are. I mean,
No,
that's
you
what
have
matters.
to be. You have to be.
That's what matters. Maybe parents need to do a little more of that these days.
I
But
agree.
The Boys and Girls Club are doing something very important in the community with this. And folks, even if you don't know how to play golf, like me, you might want to consider either sponsoring, what is it, a flag?
Well, it's a T marker.
T marker. If you can, an individual do that?
Sure.
You just have your name out there.
Put your name out there or whatever you want. If you want to do it anonymously and do it for somebody else, put there somebody else's name on it.
Oh, okay. You could do it in honor of.
Sure.
Okay. So if you're out there and you're listening to the show and you want to do something, if you're a business, if you're an individual, we're giving you this opportunity to help the Boys and Girls Clubs in Jackson County, and that is Saturday, March the 13th. I got on my reading spectacles here. No, actually, I memorized it. At the Gulf Hills Golf Club in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and you're gonna have a shotgun start. I always want to know what that meant.
It means we all start at one time.
You all start at one time. There's no shotgun involved.
There's not a shotgun involved.
Well, good. And 4-team select shot scramble. What's that?
Basically, you've got four members on each team. Everybody tees off.
At the
You
same
go
time.
Yeah, well, one after the other. You tee off. You pick the best shot. The other three people pick up their ball, go to that spot, drop their ball, and hit again.
Oh, well. See, I'm learning
So,
something here.
so
today.
even if you hit a number of bad shots, like a lot of us, you pair with somebody that you get somebody that can tee off real well, somebody that can hit out of the fairway real well, somebody that can putt real well, and you can do pretty good.
Oh, okay. So get the best of the best that you know out there, and they don't have to be good at everything. Just get the best driver, the best fairway
That's
shooter,
right.
the best putter, and then get involved in this golf tournament. Tayonka,
Yes.
tell us some other activities that the Boys and Girls Club has on the horizon that people may get involved in or be interested in. What else you got going besides the golf tournament?
We have our Image Makers program that I mentioned earlier. We also have our Steak and Steak dinner that is coming up in June. It's scheduled for June 24th. And that's the big annual event at the Civic Center.
And that's a big fundraiser too, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And all of these activities that Boys and Girls sponsor are very important to perpetuate or to give y'all the ability to do what you're doing in Jackson County.
Right. They are very important. Without the fundraisers and without the community support, we could not provide these programs to our youth.
So, did you hear that, folks? Without these activities and without your participation and your help, the Boys and Girls Clubs can't exist in Jackson County. So it all depends on you, the viewers, and you, the participants. Got about 30 seconds, folks.
Okay, real quick, if you want to be a sponsor,
Yes.
you can call the office at 762-3497 and ask for Tayonka. She'll be glad to take your information over the phone. If you'd like to put a team in, call my office at 762-4442. Ask for me. I'll take that information and we'll get you in the tournament.
Don't ask for me, folks. Ask for Kevin Miller. That's a joke. We go back a long time. All right, folks, that's it for this segment of the Spotlight on Jackson County. Stay tuned for more right after this. We want to thank our guests for coming in today. Welcome back to Spotlight on Jackson County. We've got a man in the studio tonight who had a pretty profound effect on me in my school years. Great guy, a wonderful man, and he's now serving as the councilman for Ward 5 in the city of Pascagoula. That's Mr. Jim Milstead. And everybody in the city of Pascagoula knows this man. Mr. Milstead, tell us about, and I can't get out of that, I keep calling you Mr. Milstead or Coach Milstead, but tell us about some of the projects that are going on in the city of Pascagoula now. Particularly, let's start with the Sand Beach.
Okay. The Sand Beach is probably 3/4 at least through. It has now extended from the point to 11th Street, and so beyond 11th Street, and it's an interesting concept where they're pumping sand through a large pipe from several miles upriver and to the beach, and it's restrained by a tube that they call a G-tube, and so the G-tube is to restrain the sand and keep it from going back out to sea until it gets established, and the G-tube is filled with sand itself. So that project is ongoing, and hopefully after that a boardwalk, which will be concrete and not board, will be erected along the beach for people to be able to walk inside of the present bay area and be safe and enjoy the beach and enjoy the walking. And also the part of the beach boulevard has already been paved, so we're resurfacing that area also. So it's going to be a very nice area, conducive to beach usage, along with City Park, and it should be a nice asset for the city of Pascagoula.
Now, before the show, we were talking, of course, we were talking about a lot of things because we go way back, but we were discussing that as long as I can remember, and I've been here in Pascagoula for a long time, I don't remember the Sand Beach being extended as far east and west as it's going to be. Do you?
No, this is a new concept where it started at the point, and we'll go all the way and join the other sand beach at Beach Park. So we'll have all of Pascagoula beach frontage will be a beach.
That's going to be absolutely great. The first time in I can't tell you how many years.
Yes.
And you were telling me, Mr. Milstead, that the sand coming out of that big pipe is actually not white until it bleaches itself out.
If you've observed, and people do observe daily, they give me reports on it, and it's a dark sand. It is sand. Some of it's coming off of the bottom of the river. Some of it is coming off of piles of sand that were stored upriver near Griffin Point, up that direction, and being pumped with several different pumps along the riverway that are actually on barges and are pumping that sand to Pascagoula Beach. It's a process that I've never seen before, and one that's very interesting.
Yeah, that's great. I'll tell you, that's something I'm going to go walk in it without my shoes on. That's something that I want to do. And there's a big project that the city is going to work on at the point itself. A big development that y'all are going to work on down there. Right.
We're trying to develop the point. The boat ramps and piers have already been improved, but we want to make that a family-friendly park area. For that, we are now interested in obtaining the point north of the area that the city owns, that is owned by Northrop Grumman, which would make us a complete area there, and also the template property where the house was up on the dune, so to speak, that lost that. But we would like to obtain that property and maybe some adjacent property to really make that a family-friendly area for the citizens of Pascagoula. And not only for boaters, they could have bass tournaments there.
That'd be great.
And have enough launch area there, and maybe even some concessions and fuel and so on and so forth. So we hope that will develop into something really great for the city of Pascagoula.
That's a wonderful family event that y'all get that going down there, and the Sand Beach all at the same time.
Right.
That's great. And you're telling me part of Beach Boulevard has been repaved?
Yes, it has. and all of it will be.
All of it will be
As soon
repaved.
as the sand is on the beach.
On the beach. That's going to be great. My father and I spent many a day and night down there fishing in one way or the other, floundering or
Right.
that kind of. So it's important to me to see that. Pascagoula Street, you got a project you're talking about there.
Yes, we do. That's a two-phase project where from Highway 90 south to Beach Boulevard is a phase, and then from Highway 90 all the way to Jefferson Street will be a phase. That is funded and on go with the exception of the approval by MDOT. We're now waiting on the Mississippi Department of Transportation to give us final approval for that. And that will include infrastructure first, new water mains, new sewer lines, all the infrastructure, and then, of course, the paving. So it will look like it's really a big construction project once it gets underway, because the street has to be torn up, then the other part has to be milled, and before the resurfacing can occur. But that's a real big project and an exciting project.
Yes, it is.
For the city of Pascagoula.
Now, people got to understand that while y'all can approve all of these things, there are a lot of hoops that you have to jump through, and there are a lot of people that could delay the start of the project. So if they read in the newspaper, hey, this is going to start, it may not start the next day.
That's correct. And we have to be, as council people, we have to be very patient, which is hard for us to do, because we get the funding and get it approved, and then you still can't start the project until other approvals are obtained. And so you have to be very patient, but hopefully, within the next few weeks and certainly months, that we'll have that project underway.
Yeah. Now, you just finished another big project out there on Chico Road?
On Chico Road, and thankfully the business people out there have been very patient. They called me earlier, and I told them the timeline on it would be February or so, and they said, oh me, I don't know whether we can last that long a lot. So, but they have been very patient, very understanding, and now they have new pavement, new infrastructure there, which we hope will last for years and years. And it has been a very extensive project. We ran into some difficulty underground in that area and had to do more work than anticipated. But now that has been completed, and resurfacing has occurred, and the striping will occur, and that part of Chico will be a very, very nice addition to the city streets of Pascagoula.
Well, it's a tremendous amount of underground work that has to take place before you can repave something, and you and I are also talking about all the old orange pipe that exists,
Yeah.
because some of homeowners in Pascagoula, mom and dad particularly, had to deal with the old orange pipe clogging up or collapsing, and having to fix that. So that had to be done. And you just can't pave over a street and then go back and dig it up. So that's one of the things that makes projects last longer.
That's correct.
And if you've ever done any remodeling at your house, and most of us have, you know that once you open a wall, there could be some unforeseen projects that you're going to have to tackle to
That's
do it. And that's
correct.
what happens a lot of times. What else have we got going in the city that's really exciting? It's really exciting to have you here to get all this
Well,
information out. I
thank
really appreciate you
Thank
coming.
you. We have something we're really excited about is our senior center, our senior citizens center on Live Oak. It's on East Live Oak, and it's kind of behind AutoZone area. If anybody wants to get to it, you need to go to the service road and go in there, and the building is virtually completed, but now we're trying to do the parking area and asphalt that and get it ready, so we won't be tracking dirt and mud in. So that has delayed the opening of it. It's going to be a first-class facility, has a small auditorium in there, a stage in there. It will have some rooms for seniors to meet and do crafts, and for people that want to have family-oriented activities there, it will be available on request for that also. So it's a very beautiful facility with nice big columns in front, architecturally pleasing, And Competent Engineering has had that project, and they've done a fantastic job in seeing that it was completed to specifications.
And you were telling me earlier also, Mr. Milstead, that the old Pascagoula gym has been renovated.
That is a beautiful, beautiful facility. That building was 2 years old when I came into it in 1961 as basketball coach at Pascagoula High. And it's been maintained over the years very well. But of course, Hurricane Katrina blew the windows out. Most of it was glass all the way around, and did a lot of damage to the interior of the building. But it is now a first-class facility. It has been renovated in every area in there, and I've been able to stop by on several occasions coming from different meetings, and I'd see the gym lighted and basketball going on and parents everywhere. And 8 and 9 year olds, 9 and 10, and up to 12 years of age, I think, are using that facility. Now they have league play, and some of our volunteer coaches are working with them. And it's really gratifying to see that area, which is now owned by the city of Pascagoula. We had a swap with the school system, and that facility was one that became part of the city of Pascagoula. And then the Ingalls Field and the baseball fields, the football field in that area became a property of the school board. So of the city. So we've had a swap there. Really, from Market Street east is city owned, and from Market Street west, now those facilities are owned by the city of Pascagoula. So it's been a good swap.
Well, we're run out of time. We might need to get you back for another show.
Okay.
Can we do that?
I would be willing to do that.
Oh gosh, it's so good to see you again.
Thank you.
You had such a good influence on my life way back when, and we won't tell you how long ago, but he did. And we appreciate everything you're doing with the city of Pascagoula. It's great that you're serving that.
Thank you, sir. I've enjoyed my service, and it's been a challenge, and we'll keep working at it.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr.
You're
Milstead.
welcome.
And thank you for watching this edition of Spotlight on Jackson County. Join us again next time.